welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Tuesday, February 1st. I'm your host for today's program, Paul Demain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com, and here are some of the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Leftist Zapatista rebels expressed their condolences last week over the passing of retired Bishop Samuel Ruiz, an icon of tribal rights who served as a mediator in peace talks between the Mexican government and the guerrillas. The Zapatista Army of National Liberation praised Ruiz for fighting for peace with justice and dignity for Indians in the southern state of Chiapas. Ruiz passed away January 24th of complications from diabetes at the age of 86. Thousands of people attended his funeral at the cathedral in San Cristobal de las Casas in Chiapas. The brief armed uprising by the Zapatistas in 1994 to demand greater indigenous rights ended up in an uneasy truce, with the rebels holed up in autonomous townships where they do not recognize government authority. The Anishinabek Nation is encouraging its citizens to participate in the 2011 Canadian Census in order to ensure adequate funding for such priorities as education, healthcare, and economic development on and off reservation. We are actively promoting collection of information from the Anishinabek communities so we can gather specific data about our on-reservation and off-reservation citizens, said Grand Consul Chief Patrick Madabi. The Anishinabek Nation and Statistics Canada signed a memorandum of understanding recently establishing a partnership for the complete and accurate enumeration of Anishinabek citizens in the 2011 census and the National Household Survey. Under terms of the MOU, each chief in the council will need to issue a band council resolution authorizing the census and promoting the active participation of community members. Statistics Canada will hire at least one person from each of the Anishinabek member communities to assist in the data collection. The Anishinabek Nation is promoting what they call the National Household Survey, the long form, in the census in order to get all the information they need. The Wisconsin Resources Protection Council, the Center for Biological Diversity, and Loragauger filed a Clean Water Act citizen suit recently against Flambeau Mining Company over its partially reclaimed Flambeau mine at Ladysmith, Wisconsin. According to the suit, the mining company is violating federal law by discharging pollutants, including potentially toxic metals with copper, iron, and zinc, into the Flambeau River and a tributary known as Stream C that flows across the company's property. The Flambeau is a popular river for fishing and canoeing and provides habitat for a wide variety of aquatic and wildlife species. The Flambeau mine operated near the river from 1993 to 1997 despite opposition by several tribes and communities in the region. Since the close of mining operations, Flambeau Mining Company has struggled to address persistent groundwater and surface water quality problems, mostly at the 32-acre industrial park that remains operational. The lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Wisconsin in Madison under the Clean Water Act's citizen suit provision. Congress authorized citizens to directly enforce Clean Water Act requirements against alleged polluters in federal court. An Arizona tribe is suing federal government claiming healthcare facilities and services provided on the Fort Yuma Indian Reservation are inadequate and unsafe. Quechan tribal president Mike Jackson Sr. said that the Fort Yuma facilities are the oldest in the Indian healthcare services system and need to be replaced. He says land is available on the reservation for a modern health care facility that's about 20 years overdue. The suit was filed after 44 tribal members were potentially exposed to blood-borne viruses such as HIV and hepatitis. Tribal officials allege IHS failed to properly sterilize wound care instruments at the Fort Yuma Clinic from October 2008 until July of 2009. Federal authorities have moved to dismiss the suit, arguing that the tribe's concerns should be addressed to Congress. As family members mourn the deaths of the victims of a quadruple homicide last Friday in North Dakota, police aren't saying what information they might have in the case. Family and tribal members say 3 of the 4 victims, Jolene Zephyr and 2 of her children, Sabrina and Dylan Zephyr, were members of the Yankton Sioux tribe in South Dakota. Jolene Zephyr's mother, Madonna Zephyr, says her daughter moved from the reservation to the North Dakota city of Minot more than a decade ago. The 4th victim was Jolene Zephyr's boyfriend, Jeremy Lungi, who is not believed to be a member of the Yankton Sioux tribe. Police have said they have questioned a person of interest but haven't identified the person or any other suspects. They declined to comment further during Sunday. A plan to use only mail-in ballots for the state's main elections failed amid charges of racism from a Native American lawmaker in Montana. The House changed its mind on the plan in just one day, first endorsing it last Thursday, then killing the bill on Friday amid a hostile mood. Native American lawmakers were upset about a move by Republicans to strip special provisions aimed at outreach on reservations where they say many don't have mailing addresses but have P.O. boxes instead. Representative Carolyn Pease Lopez of Billings told the Democratic caucus she feels so much hatred from the Republican side of the aisle that prompted a swift reaction from Republican leaders who called her comments shameful and untrue. Many Republicans were uneasy with the vote-by-mail bill in the first place, then decided to vote against it. And that's going to be the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for showing up here and come back again soon and check in. Miigwech.